I've already gone in with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Water Cream and I just let that sink into the skin. I'm gonna prep the lip with the Fenty Skin Black Cherry Lip Oil. Then I will prime with the Underglow Blurring Primer from Iconic London. It's a Sephora 47 foundation brush and I'll just sweep that across the skin. I've said it before and I'll say it again, if you do not like primers, you should try this one. For my base, I'm gonna start out with the Skin Perfect Face Stick. This is from Dior Beauty and the way this just melts into the skin is insane. Next, I'm gonna do the Say Do Bronze. This is in the shade Spritz. We're going for a lighter bronze slash contour, and this shade has a really nice neutral slash cool undertone. Plus, it blends out like a dream and your skin still looks like skin. And I always like to bring my cream contour or bronzer into the crease of the eye. Even when it's subtle, it will create continuity with all of the shading and the dimension that we're creating on the face. I'm gonna do a little cream blush combo, starting with Road Toasted Teddy, and I'm gonna keep that a little bit higher up on the cheekbone. I'll tap to blend that out. This is the Patrick Ta Contour 2 brush. And then I'll do the second blush of the combo, the Huda Beauty Blush Filter in Black Cherry. And I'm gonna use my beauty blender so that I can keep that focused more so on the apple of my cheek. Time to correct and conceal. This is the Bobbi Brown corrector in light to medium bisque. Natasha Denona concealer on the under eye, around the nose, the chin. I like to hit right here as well, and then up here to clean up the cheekbone. And I'll also take that between the brow. This is my Makeup Forever 144 brush, and I'm just gonna tap right on top of that concealer to blend it out. Extend that out from the under eye to the temple. I'll blend this concealer downwards, and then on the forehead, I'll use these back and forth sort of horizontal motions and sweep that up into the center. And then I'll tap over any harsh lines and make sure that's blended together. That concludes our cream products. I'm gonna set the face anywhere I just applied that concealer, and I'm using the Makeup by Mario setting powder. On the brow, I'm gonna keep it super simple, just doing the clear brow gel from Rare Beauty. Moving to the eye, this is the NARS Shadow Stick in Oblivion. It's almost the same color as my eyelid, and this is gonna act as a primer. And I'll just give that a quick blend up into the crease, and then swipe it out towards the temple. I'm gonna be working with this palette from Too Faced. This is the Natural Nudes palette. First, I'm picking up the shade Cocoa. I'm gonna take that into the crease and down onto the outer corner, and I want that to come down onto the lid as well. Taking that shade Cocoa across the entire bottom lash line. Next, I'm gonna pick up this shade called Truffle. I'm gonna work that across the top lash line until it looks something like this, and then I'll go back in with the brush I used for Cocoa and blend that out. I'm taking this shade Maple. I'm gonna take it into the outer corner, extend the shape of the shadow, and really blend that out. I'm also gonna take Maple right here into the inner corner. And then finally, I'll pick up this shade Swan and sweep that under the brow onto the brow bone. Adding the Kosas Hot Liner into the waterline. And this shade is called Depth. And I'm also gonna add that to the top waterline. I'm just quickly reinforcing that darkest shadow, and I'll finish off the eye with mascara. Back to the face, and I'm adding the YSL All Hours bronzer. I'm gonna take that just under the cheekbone to sort of sculpt that out. Then also just quickly run that into the crease and low down onto the bottom lash line. And finally, on the cheek, I'll add a little bit more blush. This is the MAC Go Play blush in the shade Grand. Lip combo of the night is the Say Liner, and I'm using the shade Twist, Rare Beauty Matte Lip through the center. And I'll just use my fingers to blend that out, and then I will finish that off with the Summer Fridays Butter Balm, and this is in the shade Iced Coffee. And this is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. I am leading a one-woman campaign to convince you that you are sleeping on berry blush. So I'm gonna take you through my favorites. These are in no particular order. I'm gonna start with this one from Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in the shade Berry Punch. If you are intimidated by this kind of shade, this is a great starter blush. And it's because of the formula. It's easy to blend, it's easy to sheer out. It has that beautiful soft matte finish. Just like the Mario Skin Enhancer, you can see it's super wearable. Next up, we have the Hourglass Unreal Liquid Blush in the shade Craft. This is one of my favorite shades of the Unreal Liquid blushes. Similar to the Makeup by Mario, you can really sheer this one out. This one stands out for me because it gives you almost a stain effect. It's very much a flush from within. It has that subtle glow. You can see the way it catches the light, and it is beautifully buildable, so it's a great option for a wider range of skin tones. Next up, we have the Huda Beauty Blush Filter in the shade Black Cherry. This one is probably my most used berry blush. It's a pretty true purpley kind of berry. The chief complaint about this blush is the scent. To me, it smells like berries. Personally, I don't mind it at all, especially because this is what the blush looks like and because these blushes look so good on the lip. Seriously, just look at that. If you do hate the scent, don't stress, just go with the Hourglass. This shade is the Hourglass, this is the Huda Beauty. As you can see on the cheek, they look almost identical. Next up, we have the Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint. This is in the shade 65. This one is more of a brown slash mauve-y kind of berry. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it's really apparent in person. I love this blush. Everyone was so excited about the pink shades, but I think this one is top tier. Great for someone who doesn't want as bright of a berry, and it's nice and easy to work with. Next up, the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Eve. I don't know if this is a new shade, but it is gorgeous. It's a rich brown berry, and if you have a deeper skin tone, please buy this blush. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love it on myself. It's nice and purpley. Something about it gives me the same vibes as Linkin Park After Dark. The last two blushes are for the girlies who want a powder option. This is the Patrick Ta Blush Duo in the shade She's Wanted. The cream side of this is super dewy and juicy, and then the powder is insanely pigmented. To me, this duo is more of a red berry, like a raspberry. I'm gonna do the Patrick method, so going in with the powder first. Looks absolutely stunning on its own, but then you add the cream and the cheek becomes almost edible. I've been loving red blush for summer, and this to me is like the perfect transition into more of a berry for fall. Our last blush of the day is the Kosas Blushes Life Baked Blush in Euphoria. Admittedly, this is more of a mauve shade than a berry, but I'm including it because this is my favorite blush to layer over a berry cream blush. It's just the right amount of glow, and it's just the right hint of purple. Plus, if you feel like you went too hard with the berry and it's a little bit too bright, this will tone it down. My cheeks are now fully two different colors. Those are all of my berry favorites. Here is the swatch hand one more time for reference. Let me know in the comments which one caught your eye. I think I found my new favorite blush for fall, but it's actually not a blush at all. This is actually a matte lip, but when I say it gives that perfect wine colored flush and it blurs your skin at the same time. This is the Rare Beauty Matte Lip Souffle in the shade Transform. To me, I instantly remembered that I'm cold makeup trend. That is what I feel like this gives. I love it. I feel like I'm just gonna end up putting it everywhere.